This is the scouting report for Mets prospect and recently drafted Mitch Voigt. And this is from Amazing Avenue. Of course, please subscribe to the Prospect Hut. The 2025 Mets draft profile on Mitch Voigt. With their first round selection in the 2025 draft, the 38th round overall pick, the Mets selected Mitch Voigt, a two-way player from the University of Michigan. Now, if you like this video, of course, please subscribe and follow me on here. Mitchell Voigt, who attended and is also a Milwaukee native, attended Whitefish Bay High School in the eponymous Whitefish Bay, a suburb of Milwaukee. Hoping to one day follow in the footsteps of alumnus Craig Counsell, Voigt put on a show in his senior season, hitting .581, wow, 632 slugging percent, on-base percentage, 892 slugging percentage, with 10 doubles, 2 triples, 5 home runs, 33 stolen bases, and 34 attempts and 10 walks to 7 strikeouts. All while doing that, he also appeared in 10 games as a pitcher, going a perfect 10-0, posting a 0.45 ERA and 46 2/3 innings with 16 hits allowed, 11 walks and 78 strikeouts. He won a slew of prestigious awards, including the 2022 Gatorade Baseball Player of the Year in Wisconsin. Considered one of the best players available in the 22 MLB draft from Wisconsin, Voigt went unselected in the draft and honored his commitment to the University of Michigan. In his first year at the university, the 18-year-old appeared in 54 games and hit .267 with 9 doubles, 1 triple, 7 homers, and 18 walks to 50 strikeouts. Concurrently, he appeared in 19 games as a pitcher, making 1 start, posting a 3.25 ERA in 36 innings with 31 hits allowed, 12 walks, and 25 strikeouts. That summer, he played for the Yarmouth-Dennis Red Sox at the Cape Cod Collegiate League and went 3-11 in 66 games while throwing 3 innings that were scoreless in 2 games, with 2 hits allowed, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Returning to Michigan for his sophomore season in 24, Voigt once again pulled double duty, hitting and pitching. As a hitter, he appeared in 59 games at .292 with 20 doubles, 2 triples, 14 home runs, and 5 stolen bases, and 23 walks to 61 strikeouts. On the mound, he appeared in 10 games, all starts, and posted a 5.49 ERA in 62 1/3 innings, allowed 72 hits, walking 16, striking out 41. Voigt started his last game on April 21st and did not pitch again that spring, despite getting into games for the Wolverines. Later that summer, Voigt underwent internal brace surgery on his right elbow, his pitching arm. In 2025, his junior season, Voigt did not pitch, keeping the possibility open to returning to the mound but focusing on hitting for the season. Appearing in 56 games, he had .346 with 17 doubles, 4 triples, 14 home runs, and 14 stolen bases, and 40 walks to 34 strikeouts. At the plate, Voigt stands square with his hands at about eye level and his bat's head angled at 130. He swings with a slight leg kick, and there is very little wasted movement in his setup or swing. Voigt is a very well-polished hitter who uses the entire field, though he sometimes can get pull happy. Still focusing only on hitting in 2025, he has significantly improved his approach, making much better swing decisions, walking more, and cutting down on his strikeout rate exponentially. Thanks to his plate discipline when he makes contact, it is generally quality contact with an average exit velocity of 91 miles per hour, a 90th percentile exit velocity of 105.6 miles per hour, and an average 18.2-degree launch angle on batted ball events of 95 miles per hour or greater. Most of his power is in his pull side, but when he barrels the ball and lifts it, he has no problem shooting home runs back up the middle. Voigt has not shown any particular splits or weaknesses thus far in his baseball career. He has performed similarly against left-handed pitchers and right-handed pitchers. He also has not shown any particular weakness against any specific pitch or pitch categories. While he has put up slightly better numbers against all-speed pitches, his numbers are still comparable to those against fastballs and against breaking balls. In addition to being a power threat, Voigt is athletic and an above-average runner who has the potential to be a stolen base threat as well. This is a really good scouting report. They do such a great job of Amazing Avenue. They're so detailed. Defensively, Voigt has only recently found a home where he excels. In 2025, he appeared in all 56 games that he played at second base. Over the course of his career at Michigan, he's played in 34 games at first, 51 at third, 1 game at short, and both corner outfield positions. Scouts and evaluators seem to all agree that Voit is best suited at second base currently. But thanks to his strong arm and athleticism, he could make the outfield his long-term home with more reps and development there. On the mound, when he last pitched, Voit possessed a fastball that sits around 90 miles per hour, topping out at 93, a low 80s gyro slider, a mid-70s curveball, and a changeup that hovered around 80 miles an hour. While he was drafted as a two-way player, Voit's upside is more as a hitter than a pitcher, and his elbow health must be factored in if he ever gets back on the mound. So this is a very, very promising scouting report, I must say, as a hitter. And there's probably a good chance that he's going to make it to the major leagues and hit in the major leagues. And whenever you draft anybody, you better make sure he hits, especially if he's not a guy that is a guy with a big fanfare. He's a top 100, prospect in the draft. About 61 according to MLB.com. But the fact that the profile of the hitter is very strong is very good. So, let me know what you think about this video. What you think about the scouting report. Are you excited about it? Not excited about it? And of course, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Now, here's the profile for the Mets prospect who they just drafted in the third round. This is Antonio Jimenez, and this comes by way of Amazing Avenue. Again, I thank them. They do all the hard work of these draft profiles every single year. And this is the headline, 2025 Mets Draft Profile, Antonio Jimenez. With their third-round selection in the 2025 MLB Draft, the 102nd overall pick, the Mets select Anthony Jimenez, a shortstop from the University of Central Florida. Now, the Mets did not have a number 2 pick, but they signed Juan Soto, so we skipped to this young man. Davie, Florida native, Antonio Jimenez attended Archbishop McCarthy High School in Southwest Ranches, Florida, developed into a 4-letter winner who became team captain. Over the course of his 4-year varsity career with the Mavericks, star shortstop hit .338 in 91 total games with 13 doubles, 4 triples, 5 home runs, a perfect 38 stolen bases, and 56 walks to 55 strikeouts. After graduating, Jimenez went undrafted in the 23 draft and on his commitment to the University of Miami. In his freshman season, Jimenez appeared in 45 games to Hurricanes and hit 182 and 99 at-bats. After the 24 season ended, he entered the NCAA transfer portal, hoping to play at a program that would be able to give him more playing time to develop as a hitter, and transferred to the University of Central Florida for the 2025 season. He played for the Wareham Gatemen of the Cape Cod Collegiate Baseball League that summer, hit .203 in 39 games for them before donning the black and gold of the Knights. A draft-eligible sophomore, Jimenez appeared in 55 games for Central Florida and hit .329 with 14 doubles, 2 triples, 11 home runs, 11 stolen bases in 14 attempts, and 25 walks to 46 strikeouts. He started and played 55 games as short, finishing among the team leaders in most offensive categories, and was named to the Brooks Wallace Player of the Year Award watch list, an award given to the top prospect and shortstop in college baseball that was ultimately given to UCLA's Roch Cholowski. At the plate, Jimenez stands square at the plate with his hands above shoulder level. He swings with a moderate leg kick load and weight transfer. When he can extend his arms fully, Jimenez shows above-average pull-side power, making his heat map hottest middle down and in. When he hits the ball solidly, he has shown 90% percentile exit velocities of 108 miles per hour. Jimenez is aggressive, coming to the plate looking to do damage, but poor swing decisions coupled with a below-average wrist control from his long swing have led to a lot of strikeouts in his short collegiate career, especially on pitches down and away. And in general, Jimenez makes good in-zone contact, and he's more coaching on being less aggressive and taking more pitches, especially secondary pitches. The right-hander generally has no problems handling fastballs, but chases and whiffs against breaking balls and all-speed pitches at concerningly high levels and rates. While he improved on his almost 30% strikeout rate posted in 2024, 19% strikeout rate in 25, there's still work to do. Defensively, Jimenez has the tools to stick it short in the long term. His actions are smooth and silky, and he has soft hands and a slick glove. His movement is quick, twitch, explosive, with above average range to both sides. His arm is plus, arguably plus, with 100-mile-per-hour throws across the diamond, having been measured while playing in high school. So it's going to be a bit of a project, but at his age, there's not a lot of development that will need to be done, I wouldn't think, being a kid from college. But this is the Mets' third-round pick from the University of Central Florida, Antonio Jimenez. And, of course, please subscribe to the Prospect Hub. We'll have more videos on all these different players the Mets selected in the draft this year. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Here is the scouting report for the Mets' fourth-round pick in the 2025 Major League Baseball draft, and this is Peter Cuso. So we're going to go through this profile and the scouting report that Amazing Avenues put together, and I thank them. 2025 Mets draft profile, Peter Cuso, with their fourth-round selection in the 2025 MLB draft. The 133rd overall pick, Mets selected Peter Cuso, a right-handed pitcher from Arrowhead High School in Heartland, Wisconsin. Now, before we get into this video, I need you to hit the subscribe button. I will have an entire video going through every player that was drafted by the Mets this year in one full swoop. So when I'm done with all this, there will be collected also individually on the playlist, and hopefully you like it. Heartland, Wisconsin native Peter Cuso attended Arrowhead High School, a school that has produced a collegiate wrestling champion, a professional MMA fighter, a professional golfer, and multiple professional football players, but never a baseball player who made it to the big leagues. Infielder Scott Dalfick, who was signed by the Los Angeles Dodgers in the late 80s and made it as high as AA, is the closest the school has to offer. The Warhawks went 20-6 in 2025, and Cuso did his part by posting a 1.47 ERA and 33 1/3 innings over 7 appearances, allowing 16 hits, walking 9, and striking out a team lead 64 batters, almost 30% of the team's total. This came as no surprise to the players and coaches in Wisconsin, as a right-hander emerged as one of the best high school players in the state this year and considered by some the best pitcher. Cuso, who stands 6'5" and weighs roughly 200 pounds, throws from a high 3/4 arm slot with a long arm action to the back. His whippy arm is capable of reaching 97 miles per hour, though the pitch generally lives in the low 90s. Even the low 90s is an improvement as compared to where the pitch was sitting in 2024, as it generally lived in the high 80s, topping out at 90 miles per hour or so. The pitch generally sits around 2,400 RPM, generating as much as 18 inches of induced vertical break. In addition to the ride, thanks to his arm slot and his crossfire delivery, the pitch has plenty of arm side run, and when thrown down in the zone, has steep angle thanks to his height and extension. His slider is his go-to strikeout pitch, though he also likes to throw for strikes early in the count. The pitch sits in the high 80s and features gyroscopic movement, averaging roughly 2,500 RPM of spin, topping out almost 2,700 RPM. The pitch possesses late vertical slice without much horizontal movement, and the right-hander has consistently been able to command the pitch all throughout his high school career. Cuso rounds out his pitching repertoire with changeup, which sits in the high 80s and at present is still developing as a pitch, but shows promise thanks to the tumble and faded gets. The right-hander has displayed inconsistent command of his pitches on account of his pitching mechanics and the fact that as a pitcher from Wisconsin, he simply does not have as much time on the mound as many of his peers from warmer weather states. Additionally, while he has not displayed them over the course of his high school career, he may eventually develop platoon splits against better competition because of his mechanics. Because of the extremely long arm circle through the back that he utilizes, left-handed hitters have plenty of time to pick up the ball in his hand. As an aside, Cuso has a commitment to the University of Louisville, so we'll see if the Mets are able to sign him. But this is the scouting report for the Mets' fourth-round pick, Peter Cuso. So hopefully you like this video, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Here's the scouting report for the Mets' fifth-round pick in the 2025 MLB draft. Peyton Prescott. This comes from Amazing Avenue. With their 5th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 163rd overall pick, the Mets selected Peyton Prescott, a right-handed pitcher from Florida State University. Now, before we get into this video, I need to hit the subscribe button. And, of course, like this video. Peyton Prescott grew up playing baseball in and around his native Sebastian, Florida, a beach town roughly an hour and a half from Orlando. He spent his first 2 years of high school attending Sebastian River High School and then transferred to the prestigious TNXL Academy for his last 2. While he showed promise with a fastball that reached 93 miles per hour and a solid blend of secondary pitches, it was not enough to get him drafted in the 2023 MLB draft. As a result, after graduating, honored his commitment to the University of Jacksonville. The right-hander appeared in 16 games for the Dolphins, starting 6 and posted a 6.02 ERA in 55 1/3 innings on 62 hits, walking 22 and striking out 46. Additionally, he logged 21 at-bats and went 4 for 21 with a double, stolen base, and 4 walks to 3 strikeouts. Following the conclusion of the 2024 season, Prescott entered the NCAA transfer portal and transferred to Florida State University. A draft-eligible sophomore head coach Link Jarrett put the right-hander in the Seminoles bullpen and scrapped the two-way player experimentation. And while the results were not eye-popping, Prescott performed better. Appearing in 24 games, he posted a 5.15 ERA and 36 1/3 innings, allowing 42 hits, walking 17, striking out 46. Florida State ended the season with a 42-16 overall record and advanced to the NCAA Super Regionals, where they faced Oregon State. In the deciding Game 3, a game that the Seminoles lost 14-10, Prescott, who had pitched 2 innings in relief the day before, was brought in to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning, but injured his elbow after recording 2 outs. The right-hander needed Tommy John surgery to correct the issue and underwent the procedure in early July. Prior to his injury and subsequent Tommy John surgery, Prescott threw from a high 3/4 arm slot, driving and dropping off the mound with a short arm action to the back. His arm generated plenty of velocity, but placed a lot of stress on his arm, which may have been the cause of his elbow injury. His fastball averaged roughly 96 miles per hour in 2025 and regularly touched 100 miles per hour. He paired the pitch with a wide assortment of pitches, including a mid-80s slider, mid-80s splitter, and a low-80s curveball. Prescott generally was able to throw his pitches for strikes early in at-bats, but sometimes struggled to put away batters, nibbling and missing the zone, and eventually walking them too often. His stuff played best in the zone, particularly his fastball, which had the brute force necessary to blow past hitters. While his secondary pitches all project as fringe average-to-average offense at present, he has work to do in terms of tightening them up and improving his command as he had more batters to go fishing outside the zone. So the Mets drafted a player that's hurt and then had surgery last year. So you would think that maybe he's ready to get on the mound sometime soon. And not soon, but maybe sometime next year and be ready to go. Some of these pitchers, the teams sign, they don't always have them play this year. A lot of times they'll have them play next year. They'll have them in instructional leagues and do a lot of instruction before they get them on the mound or get them on the field. But you let me know what you think about this video. Please subscribe to the Prospect Hut, and I'll see you later. Now, this is the scouting report for the Mets' 6th round pick in the 2025 MLB draft, Nathan Hall, and this is from Amazing Avenue. With their 6th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 193rd overall pick, the Mets selected Nathan Hall, a right-handed pitcher from the University of Central Missouri. Liberty, Missouri native Nathan Hall played for the Liberty High School Blue Jays, graduating in 2022 and electing to enroll at the University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg, Missouri. Initially a catcher, Hall redshirted in his first season at University of Central Missouri in order to transition into pitching full-time. While he pitched a bit with the Blue Jays in high school, he was primarily a catcher and a hitter. Hall made his collegiate debut on the mound in 2024, his redshirt freshman season, appearing in 14 games for the Mules. He threw 14 2/3 innings and posted a 9.20 ERA with 12 hits allowed, 11 walks, 12 strikeouts. Central Missouri went 52-10 that year and reached the NCAA Division II College World Series, but were eliminated after losses to Angelo State University and Indiana University, Pennsylvania. Hall returned to the mound for the Mules in 25, this time used as a starter by head coach Kyle Crooks. The season, his redshirt sophomore year, started off well but came to a sudden stop in early March. After making just 4 starts, he tore his right UCL and underwent internal brace surgery in order to correct the issue. While he missed the rest of the season, the Mules went 48-14, once again making it to the NCAA Division II College World Series. They made it to the championship series, beating the Northwood Timberwolves, Lenore Ryan Bears, and East Stroudsburg Warriors to get there, but lost to the defending champion University of Tampa Spartans 2-1. The 6'3", 180-pound Hall throws from a 3/4 arm slot, pushes off the mound, and drops and drives, giving him a level vertical approach angle. His fastball sat in the mid-90s before his injury, topping out at 98 miles per hour, and flashed above-average induced vertical break numbers thanks to the pitch's spin rate and Hall's flatter VAA. He paired it with a mid-80s sweeping slider and a firm changeup that occasionally flashed fringe average to average. His fastball and slider both showed strikeout potential, and the right-hander did post encouraging whiff numbers. But the effectiveness of his repertoire got dragged down a bit due to his fringe average control and command. So this is the scouting report for the Mets' 6th round draft pick in the 2025 MLB draft, Nathan Hall. And he's a right-handed pitcher from the University of Central Missouri. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you later. And this is the scouting report for the Mets' 7th round pick in the 2025 MLB draft, and that's Cam Tilley, a pitcher that the Mets picked up. And of course, this is from Amazing Avenue. With their 7th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 223rd overall pick, the Mets selected Cam Tilley, a right-handed pitcher from Auburn University. And before we get this video, of course, subscribe and like this video. Right-handed pitcher Cam Tilley dominated baseball while attending Castle High School, Newburgh, Indiana. On a fastball that touched the mid-90s and pairing it with a great slider and decent curveball and changeup, he posted a 0.51 ERA and struck out 225 batters over the course of 3 years he played varsity baseball for the Knights. Additionally, he was a star quarterback as well, though he gave up football during his junior season of school, focused on baseball, more specifically to have time to play for the U18 USA national team. Considered one of the best players in Indiana available in the 2023 MLB draft, and among the upper echelons of high school pitchers, there were whispers that the right-hander might get picked as a midday to overslot prepster, but his name was never called. As such, Tilley honored his commitment to Auburn University. The right-hander appeared in 14 games for the Tigers in 2024 and posted a 6.29 ERA in 24 1/3 innings, allowing 20 hits, walking 14, and striking out 27. That summer, he played for the Foul-Mouthed Commodores of the Cape Cod Collegiate Summer League and appeared in 3 games, allowing 5 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings with 3 hits, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout. Returning to Auburn in 2025, the 21-year-old draft-eligible sophomore appeared in 19 games, making 6 starts, and posted a 5.48 ERA, 46 innings, allowing 33 hits, walking 29, striking out 58. The 6'2", 205-pound right-hander throws from a 3/4 arm slot, dropping and driving off the mound and flattening his vertical approach angle. There's a bit of crossfire in his delivery, and throwing across his body has not helped his control and command, an already spotty issue for Tilley. 21-year-old's fastball sits in the mid-90s and tops out as high as 97 miles per hour. The pitch has a high spin rate and has been measured producing above-average induced vertical break numbers, thanks to his relative flat VAA. He pairs it with a slider, splitter, and curveball, the form of which is an above-average offering. It sits in the low 80s and has been measured at over 3,000 RPM. Given it late gyroscopic break, that tones extremely well with his fastball. His curveball has also flashed high RPM measurements, but the upper 70s offering lacks the bite that his slider has. His splitter, which sits in the low to mid 80s, has good tumble, but the right hand struggles to control it more than his other secondary pitches. So this is the scouting report for the Mets' 7th round pick, Cam Tilley, the product of Auburn University. And hopefully you like this video. Hit the subscribe button. Have a good day, and I'll see you later. With the 8th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the Mets select Camden Lohman, a right-handed pitcher from Fort Zumwalt North High School in O'Fallon, Missouri. Now, before we get into this video, I need to hit the subscribe button. We're going to go do a scouting report, and hopefully you like this video. And thank you for watching, and we'll see how this goes. O'Fallon, Missouri, one of the most popular suburbs of St. Louis, has a thriving baseball scene. The city one has a single native who was made to the majors. Oakland and Tampa Bay pitcher Joe Boyle was selected by the Reds in the last round of the 2020 MLB draft. Kent Gerst and Mike Pontius both played in the minors but never made it, making Cam Lohman the latest son of O'Fallon to make the attempt. Attended Fort Zumwalt North High School. Lohman wasn't a priority follow. Even local scouts coming in the 2025 season as his fastball sat in the upper 80s for his junior year. He posted a pedestrian 4.08 ERA in 34 and a third innings with 32 hits allowed, 34 walks, and 48 strikeouts. And he attended very few showcase events that summer. Some saw potential in his arm, however, as the tall, lanky 6'3", 175-pound right-hander that had the capability of increasing his fastball velocity and improving his secondary pitches. And in the spring of 25, when he got back on the mound for the Panthers, that's exactly what happened. Now sitting in the low 90s, the right-hander posted a 0.80 ERA, 44 innings, allowed 21 hits, walking 15 and striking out 92. Wow, what a big difference. Listed at 6'4", 195 pounds, Lohman has a thin, high waist frame that should remain athletic as he fills in. He throws from a high 3/4 arm slot with a long arm action to the back, short stride. Thanks to his long arms and legs, his pitches come from a high angle, giving his pitches a difficult release point for batters to pick up. While taller and ganglier pitchers often have problems with their control and command, especially younger pitches, Lohman has shown no problem in this area since his tough jump between his junior and senior seasons. His fastball sits in the low to mid-90s, topping out at 95 miles per hour. The pitch works best down in the zone when he's throwing it with downward plane. With spin rates measured in 2000s, the pitch works better down in the zone as it does not generate the backspin necessary for above average ride up in the zone. Lohman pairs with a low 80s slider and a low 80s splitter. His slider has developed into an excellent strikeout pitch, a late two-plane slice. The pitch is a strong offering right now, but the right-hander needs to work on its consistency as it sometimes gets loose and has more of a slurvier shape with butterfly break rather than sharp bite. His splitter is a change of pace offering currently, but the pitch flashes potential. He only recently began throwing it. Morphin has changed up into a splitter and needs to incorporate it into his arsenal more. Given the right-hander has the physical characteristics and pitch traits that seem to emphasize working north-south instead of east-west, the development of the pitch may be key to future success. Lohman does have a commitment to the University of Missouri as of this writing. So this is a rather interesting player, and this is a high school player. Not too many high school guys in this draft. But let me know what you think about this video. And this is the scouting report for Camden Lohman, the 8th round pick for the Mets in the 2025 MLB draft. This is the scouting report for the Mets' 9th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, and that is Anthony Frobos. This is from Mays Avenue. With their 9th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 283rd overall pick, the Mets selected Anthony Frobos, a shortstop from Lakeland High School in Shrub Oak, New York. Anthony Frobos is a native of Yorktown Heights. The closest thing Yorktown Heights has to a native son making it to the MLB is Jonathan DeMarte, the two-time Gatorade Player of the Year from New York, who pitched for the University of Richmond, but was never drafted and spent the next years playing in a handful of independent leagues as well as the Israeli national team. With Anthony Frobos' selection in the 2025 MLB draft, Yorktown Heights has another chance for representation among baseball's elite. Anthony Frobos attended Lakeland High School, a school in Shrub Oak. an unincorporated hamlet, CDP within Yorktown Heights. He split his time between football and baseball. When playing baseball, he split his time between hitting and pitching. In his senior year this past spring, he hit .357 in 18 games. On the mound, he appeared in 5 total games and posted a 2.58 ERA in 19 innings. The 6'1", 170-pound Frobos stands square at the plate, holding his hands high and wrapping his bat behind his head, resting it on his shoulder, and then angling it towards the pitcher during the pitcher's delivery. He swings with a leg kick and very little load or weight shift forward. He swings a quick stick with a bit of a loft and has reached 100 miles per hour exit velocities in batting practice. Defensively, the right-hander has a strong arm and looks good on the dirt. On the mound, Frobos throws from a 3/4 arm slot, dropping and driving off the mound, lowering his release point and giving him a flatter approach angle. His fastball sits in the low 90s, which is up a bit from where it sat only months earlier. During showcase events in Staten Island and Jersey during the summer of 2024, the pitch mainly sat in the high 80s. He trained at the Gap-to-Gap Sports Performance and worked with Cincinnati prospect and local Westchesterite Sammy Staffora over the winter, increasing his strength. The pitch has a bit of a arm side life and has been recorded as high as 2,600 RPM, which is well above average. Elite spin rate for a fastball, giving it above average rising life as well. Frobos pairs his fastball with a low 70s curveball and a mid to high 70s slurve, a mid 80s changeup, but both pitches are still very raw. A Yankee fan growing up, Frobos had a commitment to Rutgers University, but has announced that he would be foregoing it in order to play professionally and forego his rooting allegiance to the Yankees to play for the Mets. So this is it'd be interesting to see what they go with this. I'm not too happy with this particular scouting report. Amazing Avenue does a great job, but there's a lot of nonsense in this. I kind of cleaned it up, but I want to see. I'm going to have to get you another one for this. But for now, I will. This is it's not a definitive one. I'm going to find another one. I want to see what he could do as a hitter because the Mets selected him as a shortstop, not as a pitcher. There's a lot of stuff here about his pitching, but you let me know what you think about this video, and of course, please subscribe to the Prospect Type, and I'll see you later. This is the scouting report for the Mets' 10th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, and this is Tyler McLaughlin. And before we get this video, I need you to hit the subscribe button and like this video. And this is, of course, from the Amazing Avenue with their 10th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 313th overall pick. The Mets selected Tyler McLaughlin, a right-handed pitcher from the University of Georgia. Tyler McLaughlin attended Milton High School in his native Milton, Georgia, where he was a Georgia 5-7A All-Region first-team selection and two-time Rawlings Perfect Game preseason underclass All-American honorable mention. He went undrafted in the COVID-shortened 2020 MLB draft and attended Emory University. He made 4 appearances as a freshman in 2021. The reason position player once on the mound and went 3-11 while throwing a scoreless inning in relief. That summer, the 18-year-old played for the Alpharetta Aviators and the Sun Belt Collegiate Baseball League showed that he had true two-way potential. And in 3/18, 44 at-bats over 25 games while posting a 0.70 ERA and 25 2/3 innings over 8 games. Head coach Mike Chortowski used McLaughlin as a two-way player when he returned to the Eagles for his sophomore year in 2022, and the results spoke for themselves. As a hitter, he hit .276, and 98 at-bats over 32 games with 8 doubles, 6 home runs, and 14 walks to 35 strikeouts. And as a pitcher, he posted a 3.52 ERA in 30 2/3 innings with 29 hits allowed, 6 walks, and 38 strikeouts. After playing for the Charlottesville Tom Sox of the Valley Collegiate Baseball League that summer, the 20-year-old prepared for his junior season. A NCAA Division II school, it was unlikely that the right-hander get drafted in the 2023 MLB draft, but it remained a possibility. If McLaughlin were drafted, he would be the first Emory player to be selected in a Major League draft since Paul Schwindel, who was selected by the Texas Rangers in the 4th round of the 2012 MLB draft. Appearing in all 39 games the Eagles played, McLaughlin set school records as both a hitter and as a reliever, but his performance did not get him selected in the draft. As a batter, he hit .352 with 13 doubles, 12 homers, while on the mound he posted a 1.80 ERA in 20 innings. Over 13 games, allowing 8 hits, walking 12, striking out 28, and saving 6 games. Into the transfer portal and transferred to the University of Georgia for his senior season. One of 17 players to make their debuts with the school via the transfer portal that year. Unlike some of the other transfers to Georgia, McLaughlin was not able to make much of an impact on his new team as he sustained an injury mid-March that limited him to just 6 appearances out of the bullpen early on in the season. He redshirted for the rest of the season, obtaining his degree in communication studies and returned to the Bulldogs in 2025. A redshirt senior under graduate student eligibility. Healthy, the 22-year-old appeared in 16 games and posted a 4.19 ERA in 19 1/3 innings allowed. And of course, allowing 16 hits, walking 10, and striking out 24. The 6'3", 220-pound right-hander throws from below 3/4, almost sidearm, slinging arm slot. McLaughlin is all arms and legs with his leg kick and loose, whippy arm, which may be why his command and control have historically been not that great. Right-hander's fastball sits in the low to mid-90s, topping out at 96. Pitch has good ride up in the zone. McLaughlin can also cut his fastball, sitting in high 80s. The pitch gets late glove side hop. So this is the scouting report of the Mets' 10th round pick, Trey McLaughlin, the right-handed pitcher from the University of Georgia. Hopefully you like this video. Of course, please subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you later. Now here's the scouting report for the Mets' 11th pick in the 2025 MLB draft, and this is Wyatt Vincent, an outfielder from Nixa High School in Nixa, Missouri. Before we get into this video, I need you to hit that subscribe button and like this video. This is from Amazing Avenue. 2025 Mets draft profile, Wyatt Vincent. With their 11th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 343rd overall pick, the Mets selected Wyatt Vincent, an outfielder from Nixa High School in Nixa, Missouri. The son of Ryan Vincent, who played college baseball for the Southwest Baptist University and then professionally for the Springfield Ozark Ducks of the Texas-Louisiana League, and nephew Michael Vincent, who played in the Cincinnati Reds minor league system for a few years. Wyatt Vincent not only followed in their footsteps, but arguably showed them up. Not just a star baseball player, Vincent is a 3-sport star at Nixa High School in Nixa, Missouri, playing varsity football, varsity basketball, and varsity baseball. He did particularly well in baseball and football as he possessed the power and speed combination needed to succeed in both. On the gridiron, he was a wide receiver who took in 64 passes for 1,494 total yards and 18 touchdowns over the course of 3 seasons with the varsity football team. On the baseball diamond, he hit .403 this past spring with 15 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, 28 stolen bases, setting the Nixa Eagles record for career extra base hits and career hits in the process. Vincent was playing in the Pulaski River Turtles and the Appalachian League prior to being drafted and appeared in 10 games for them, hitting .207. The 5'11", 185-pound Vincent has more power than he looks, and has the frame that is likely to continue adding muscle mass and perhaps additional height. Vincent stands square at the plate, holding his hands at roughly the eyes and keeping his bat vertical, almost perpendicular to the ground. He swings with a slight leg kick and minor load and weight transfer, generating power of his upper body and strong arms. He uses the entire field and shows power to all fields, recording multiple 100-mile-per-hour exit velocity readings during showcases and exhibition events. In the outfield, Vincent has above-average arm. His throws are accurate and have carry, with throws from the outfield clocked at 90 miles per hour and upwards. An above-average runner in the 60-yard dash, the outfielder can cover plenty of ground in the outfield once he gets going. But like any player his age, he will need to improve his read of the ball off the bat and the routes that he takes to the ball to become truly defensively proficient in whatever position he ultimately ends up in. Wyatt Vincent had a commitment to Missouri State University, but has expressed interest to forego it to play professionally because the Mets floated him pre-draft financial projections that he and his representation found acceptable. So this is the scouting report for Wyatt Vincent, an outfielder from Nixa High School in Nixa, Missouri, and of course he's the 343rd overall pick. This will be going into the playlist like everything else. And I'm going to have a long video of all the Met draft picks, whether they sign or don't sign. That'll be in one video, be put as a premiere video, and hopefully you'll watch the entirety. So if you missed this and you want to watch it, and I don't know how long it's going to be. Right now I'm in the middle of it. It's like almost 40 minutes of it after I put this video with it. So it's a long video, and we still got pick 11, 12 to 20 to go. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you later. This is the scouting report for the Mets' 12th round selection in the 2025 Major League Baseball Draft, and it is Truman Pauly, a right-handed pitcher from Harvard University. Now, before we get into this video, of course, let me know what you think, and of course, subscribe. More importantly, Paul K. Doyle, Truman Pauly's maternal great-grandfather, played baseball during his senior season there in 1937 to 1938, and his maternal grandfather, William K. Doyle, graduated from Harvard Business School, so it was destiny that Truman Pauly eventually attended the Cambridge Institution. Truman, who was born in Pacific Palisades, California, attended Windward, a prestigious college prep school in Los Angeles, where he graduated in the top 10% of his class in 2023. In his first year at Harvard, the 20-year-old right-hander posted a 6.14 ERA in 44 innings, or 15 games, allowing 37 hits, walking an even 41, and striking out an even 41. He played for the North Shore Navigators of the New England Collegiate Baseball League and posted a much-improved 2.08 ERA in 26 innings there. Over the course of his 9 appearances and 5 starts, he allowed 17 hits, walked 14, and struck out 47. Draft-eligible sophomore returned to Harvard for the 25 season, appearing in 14 games and starting 12 of them. The right-hander posted an improved 4.61 ERA in 70 and 3rd innings, allowing 42 hits, walking 48, and striking out 91. Following the conclusion of the season, Pauly played for the Orleans Firebirds of the Cape Cod Collegiate Baseball League. The 6'2", 200-pound right-hander throws from a high 3/4 arm slot, dropping and driving off the mound. His fastball sits in the low to mid-90s, topping out at 95 miles per hour, with arm side movement and life up in the zone. The pitch has been measured with 20 inches of induced vertical break and elite reading. He pairs it with a low 80s sweeping slider that has been measured at 2,700 RPM, giving an ample horizontal movement. A mid-80s gyroscopic slider with two plane depth and a low 80s changeup. His gyro slider is his main strikeout pitch, while his changeup is rarely used. His command is still very much a work in progress, and his pitches all play down as a result. But the right-handed trusts in his stuff and will throw his breaking balls in any count. So this is the scouting report for Truman Pauly, right-handed pitcher from Harvard University. He's the 373rd overall pick in the 2025 MLB draft. So let me know what you think about this video, of course, and I'll see you later. This is the scouting report for the Mets' 13th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, Frank Camarillo. Now, before we get into this video, I need you to hit the subscribe button and let me know what you think about this video. With their 13th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 403rd overall pick, the Mets selected Frank Camarillo, right-handed pitcher from the University of California, Santa Barbara. And this is from Amazing Avenue. You do a wonderful job on these scouting reports. Frank Camarillo began his high school career at Canyon Springs High School in Moreno Valley, California, but transferred midway through and transferred to Moreno Valley High School, fueling the historic rivalry between the two schools in extremely close proximity to each other further. In his senior season and senior year, Camarillo earned All-CIF Southern Section, All-Conference, All-Sun-Belt League, and MVP honors by hitting .448 in 33 games and 15 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, 5 walks, and while posting a 1.86 ERA, 71 and a third innings on the mound. Wow, very impressive. He went undrafted in the 22 MLB draft and attended the University of California, Santa Barbara in 23, transitioning to a full-time pitcher due to his louder baseball tools on the mound. Camarillo did not play much in his freshman year, appearing in 4 games in total, allowing 2 runs on 8 hits and a walk over 2 2/3 innings, striking out 2 batters. He got some supplementary playing time that summer with the Corvallis Knights of the West Coast League. Appearing in 10 games, he posted a 1.89 ERA in 19 innings, allowing 11 hits, walking 11, and striking out 17. Returning to the Gauchos for his sophomore year in 2024, Camarillo appeared in 13 games and posted a 7.97 ERA in 20 and a third innings, allowing 27 hits, walking 12, and striking out 18. That summer, he once again sought out supplemental playing time and stayed local, appearing in 5 games for the Santa Barbara Foresters of the California Collegiate League as a starting pitcher. The right-hander posted a 0.86 ERA in 21 innings, allowing 14 hits, walking 6, and striking out 26. When he returned to UC Santa Barbara for his junior year in 25, he once again was not able to translate his success in the summer college ball leagues to success with the Gauchos. Appearing in 8 games, starting 3, the right-hander posted a 6.53 ERA and 22 thirds innings, allowing 25 hits, 8 walks, and 19 strikeouts. Following the conclusion of the season, Camarillo returned to the Foresters for a second season in the California Collegiate League. 6'4", 210-pound right-hander throws from a three-quarters arm slot, dropping and driving off the mound. A unique but ultimately immaterial quirk in his pitching mechanics, Camarillo fans his glove and covers his face from batters while getting his signs, an ode to Clayton Kershaw. His fastball, which sits in the low to mid-90s, works best at the top of the zone, where it has solid rising life thanks to the flat approach angle Camarillo is able to throw from. His slingy delivery gives him fastball a bit of arm side run, but he sometimes crossfires his pitches, leading to poor control. The right-hander complements it with a mid-80s changeup and a low-80s gyroscopic slider, both of which miss bats. So this is the scout report for Frank Camarillo, the missed 13th overall pick in the 2025 MLB draft, 403rd overall. So thank you for watching this video, and of course, please subscribe to Prospect Cut, and I'll see you later. Now, this is the scouting report for the Mets' 14th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, and that is James Smith IV, a 433rd overall pick, and he's a right-handed pitcher from the University of Memphis. Now, before we get into this video, I need you to hit the subscribe button, and of course, let me know what you think about this video. Have you seen this young man or any of these other guys that I've talked about in the draft, that the Mets selected in the draft? Let me know what you think about them, really. James Smith IV, son of James Smith III, was born and raised in Olive Branch, Mississippi, a city on the Mississippi-Tennessee border that is more of a suburb of Memphis than a Mississippi Delta city. He attended North Point Christian School in nearby South Haven for high school and was a two-sport star, playing football and baseball. In his senior year in 2022, he helped lead the Northport Trojans to a 33-9 record, the district championship, and a runner-up finish in the state title game, with some outright dominant numbers. At the plate, he hit .434, 11 doubles, 6 triples, and 8 home runs. And on the mound, he posted a 1.66 ERA in 54 innings with 103 strikeouts. He was heavily recruited by not just baseball scouts, but football scouts as well, and received numerous offers from multiple big schools, but ultimately settled on the University of Mississippi. He did not spend much time at Ole Miss, as he did not crack their baseball team, causing him to transfer to Northwest Mississippi Community College for the 2023 season. Smith started 31 of the 39 games he played for the Rangers. In the outfield, appeared in 6 games out of their bullpen as well. At the plate, he hit .268, 7 doubles, 4 home runs. And on the mound, he allowed 5 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings on 10 hits and 8 walks, while striking out 5. He returned to the Rangers in 2024, this time playing a little less in the field and getting a little more time on the mound. Starting 22 games in the outfield and appearing in 33 games in total, he hit .328 with 5 doubles, 6 home runs, and on the mound, he appeared in 18 games out of the bullpen and posted 7.25 ERA in 2020 and 22 and a third innings, allowing 20 hits, walking 21, striking out 27. After going undrafted in the 2024 MLB draft, Smith transferred to the University to Memphis. The 22-year-old got his career with the Tigers off to a hot start. In his first 10 games, he logged 5 multi-hit games, 5 extra base hits, and 3 stolen bases. And while he did slow down a bit as the weeks turned into months. He had an unfortunate accident early April, ended his season prematurely. Tracking down a routine fly ball, center fielder collided with a teammate at the outfield wall and broke his leg. Ooh. And his abbreviated season, he hit .277 with 29 games, with 7 doubles, 4 home runs. The outfield also got into a handful of games out of the Tigers' bullpen, allowing 4 earned runs on 4 hits and 4 walks, striking out 2 in 5 innings over 3 appearances. On the mound, the tall and lanky Smith throws from a low 3/4 arm slot with a long arm action to the back, dropping and driving off the mound. Smith attacks batters from a flat vertical approach angle. His fastball sits in low to mid-90s, and when he reared back, Smith could repeatedly hit 99 miles per hour. The pitch had arm side run and flashed, strong-induced vertical break, readings up in the zone. Complementing it, he threw a mid-80s breaking ball that generally had slider shape. At the plate, the 6'5", 185-pound Smith stands slightly closed, holding his hands high, and angling his bat behind his head at 130. He swings with intent without much of a load or weight transfer, letting his natural strength and long swing do damage. Smith does most of his damage to his pull side and pulled the ball more than 50% of the time during the 25 season. His aggressive, pull-oriented approach led to a slightly concerning 23% strikeout rate. But Smith has shown he is willing to take walks when he identifies pitches he has no chance of hitting. Defensively, he was a fantastic center fielder prior to his injury. He shows plenty of range to his left and right, has had good instincts off the bat, and played the position with no fear. Now, according to this scouting report, and that the headline is that Mets drafted James Smith IV as a right-handed pitcher. So just keep that in mind. It seems now with these players that they draft them wanting them to do one thing, even though they're able to do other multiple things, as a position player. So this is interesting. But he's probably the one guy to come across since Mets drafted some of these players that could do both sides well. He's probably more of a hitter than he is, but we'll see. But this guy's the Mets' 14th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, and that is James Smith IV. And of course, this is from Amazing Avenue. And I want to thank you for coming by, and I'll see you later. Now, this is the scouting report for the Mets' 15th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft. That's Connor Ward, a left-handed pitcher from Louisiana State University. Now, before we get into this video, I need you to hit the subscribe button and like this video. This channel is exclusive to Mets prospects and Mets draft picks. So, this is from Amazing Avenue, 2025 Mets draft profile for Connor Ward. With their 5th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 463rd overall pick, the Mets selected Connor Ward, a left-handed pitcher from Louisiana State University. Let's see what they have to say about him. Connor Ward grew up with his brother Bryson, playing baseball on playgrounds and fields around Madison, Mississippi, and later at Germantown High School in Madison. His brother was drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies in the 8th round of the 2023 MLB draft, and 2 years later, Connor followed in his footsteps, getting selected by an objectively better organization and playing for an objectively better team and better city. After graduating in 2022, Connor went undrafted in the 22 MLB draft and attended Pearl River Community College in Poplarville, Mississippi. In his freshman year, Ware appeared in 6 games for the Wildcats, starting 3, but missed time due to back problems. All in all, he posted a 1.59 ERA and 10 innings, allowing 17 hits, walking 3, striking out 28. In his sophomore season in 2024, he appeared in 7 games, starting 2, once again missing time on the mound, this time because of arm soreness. In the 15 innings he did pitch, he posted a 1.80 ERA, 10 hits allowed, 7 walks, and 21 strikeouts. Eligible to be selected in the 2024 MLB draft, Ware did not hear his name called. He transferred schools and joined the LSU Tigers. Left-hand looked good in inter-team scrimmages and early on in this college season, but Ware had a hard time for most of the season with the Tigers, to the point that Jay Johnson seemingly lost faith in him and did not use him in a single game after May 15th. And the Tigers obviously played many more, winning the NCAA championship. Appearing in 16 games, starting 6, Southpaw posted 5.91 ERA and 21 innings, allowing 13 hits, walking 18, and striking out 23. The 6'4", 205-pound left-hander throws from a three-quarters arm slot. He has trouble repeating his release point consistently, which has led to control and command problems. Whereas fly ball prone, a 57.7% fly ball rate with the Tigers, while he only allowed one home run all year, he is unlikely to run a 3.3% home run to fastball ratio for his professional career, and will need to improve upon his ground ball rate, which was 38.5% in 2025. His fastball sits in the low to mid-90s, topping out at 96 with riding life. He complements it with a high 70s sweeping slider that has flashed 3,000 RPM with big vertical and horizontal break. The pitch has a lot of natural movement, and Ware has struggled to land the pitch for strikes as a result. He also throws a low to mid-80s changeup as well, but also struggles to command it, and as such does not use the pitch much. So this is the scan report for left-handed pitcher Connor Ware, the Mets' 15th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you later. This is the 16th pick in the 2025 MLB draft. Zach Mack, a right-handed pitcher from Loyola Marymount, and of course New York Mets selected it. And this is from Amazing Avenue. But before we get into this video, hit the subscribe button and like this video. 2025 Mets draft profile, Zach Mack. With their 16-round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 493rd overall pick, the Mets selected Zach Mack, a right-handed pitcher from Loyola Marymount University. Easy for me to say. Zach Mack's father, Hillary Mack, wait, that doesn't sound right, played tennis at Temple University and Texas Southern University, but Zach did not follow in his footsteps. First baseman, third baseman, and pitcher at Glenda Dawson High School in Manville, Texas. Zach was a four-letter winner and was made team captain in his senior year. Despite being a giant among boys at 6'4", 225 pounds, Mack's ability at the plate as well as on the mound lagged behind his physical gifts, and as such, he went undrafted out of high school after graduating in 2021. Mack attended San Jacinto Community College. I'm okay. This is, so happens you don't read it. Community College in 2022, but only appeared in 5 games and pitched in 5 innings due to a UCL injury that required Tommy John surgery. He opted the red shirt, and in 23, the return of the Mack took place as he appeared in 5 games, pitched 8 1/3 innings. Finally, in 24, his redshirt sophomore year, the right-hander was fully healthy, appearing in 14 games, starting 3 of them in 36 innings. He posted a 4.00 ERA with 32 hits allowed, 15 walks, and 40 strikeouts. That summer, he transferred to Loyola Marymount University, appearing in 23 games, starting 3. The 22-year-old redshirt junior posted 3.67 ERA in 49 innings for the Lions, allowing 38 hits, walking 21, and striking out 61. The 6'5", 250-pound Mack is built like a truck. Right-handed throws from a three-quarters arm slot with a long action to the back, dropping and driving off the mound, giving him a flatter approach angle. His fastball sits in the low to mid-90s, topping out at 96. Because of his approach angle, the pitch's backspin is good rising action and works best up in the zone. He pairs the pitch with a high 70s to low 80s power curveball, a low to mid 80s gyro slider, and a developing low to mid 80s splitter. So this is the Mets scouting report for their 16th round selection, Zach Mack, right-handed pitcher from Loyola Marymount University, the 493rd overall pick. So thank you for watching. I'll see you later. This is the scouting report for the Mets' 17th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft. The 523rd overall pick, the Mets selected Sam Robertson, a shortstop from Northwest Shoals Community College in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. The 2025 Mets draft profile, Sam Robertson. This is, of course, is from Amazing Avenue. Please, of course, like this video. And, of course, with the 17th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 523rd overall pick, the Mets selected Sam Robertson, a shortstop from Northwest Shoals Community College in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama native Sam Robertson attended Oxford High School in the Eponymous, Oxford, Alabama. A varsity football and baseball player, he focused only on baseball beginning in his junior year, and the results spoke for themselves as the youngster turned into an all-state shortstop who was considered a priority follow for scouts and evaluators as one of the best players in the state. After he graduated, He went undrafted in the 23 MLB draft and honored his commitment to Auburn University. Robinson did not get much playing time at Auburn in his freshman season. The infield appeared in 6 games as a pinch runner and was hit by a pitch in his only official plate appearance that year. He did the most that he could with the limited in-game action he saw, stealing 3 bases in those 6 pinch running assignments, scoring twice. He played for the Alexandria Aces of the Cal Ripken Collegiate Summer League after the season, ended to get more playing time under his belt. But to get making on the field over languishing on the bench, Robinson transferred to Northwest Shoals Community College in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, using this situation as fuel to put up the best numbers possible to show his former coaches that they had missed out and to show potential scouts that he was a professional grade player, regardless of where he was playing his trade. And that he did. Appearing in 55 games for the Northwest Shoals Patriots, the 20-year-old hit .362 with 14 doubles, 5 triples, 4 home runs, 60 stolen bases, and 69 attempts, a school record for successful steals, and drew 32 walks to 26 strikeouts. Robinson stands square at the plate, holding his hands up at roughly the shoulders and angling his back head at 230 behind his head and swinging with a slight leg kick and short, simple stroke. There's not much power projection in his then 6'2", 180-pound frame, but the right-hander shows plenty of speed. The infield is posted above average to plus times in the 60-yard dash, and has demonstrated himself to be a strong base fielder. In the infield, Robinson has plenty of range and a strong arm. His arm has been clocked around 90 miles per hour, and thanks to his speed, he has plenty of infield range. So this is the scouting report for Sam Robertson, an infielder from, of course, from Alabama. He's the 523rd overall pick. And, of course, let me know what you think about this video, and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you later. This is the scouting report for the Mets' 18th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft. Right-handed pitcher Dylan Stiltner. Now, before we get this video, I need you to hit the subscribe button. And, of course, this is coming from Amazing Avenue. 2025 Mets draft profile Dylan Stiltner. With their 18th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 553rd overall pick, the Mets selected Dylan Stiltner, a right-handed pitcher from Trinity Christian High School in Sharpsburg, Georgia. We'll see what happens here and what he's about. A four-year letterman from Trinity Christian High School in Sharpsburg, Georgia, Dylan Stiltner has a long record of doing it for the Trinity Christian Lions on both sides of the mound. As a hitter, he logged 69 at-bats over the course of 56 games and had a cumulative 348 with 5 doubles, 5 home runs, 7 stolen bases, and 8 walks to 23 strikeouts. As a pitcher, he appeared in 30 total games and posted a 1.88 ERA over 137 2/3 innings, allowing 102 hits, walking 62, and striking out 168. A tall and leggy 6'3", 190-pounder, Stiltner put on a lot of good mass between his junior and senior seasons and may still be growing. He throws from a low 3/4, almost sidearm arm slot with a long action to the back. While his mechanics are generally low effort and clean, there is a lot of movement in his arm during his stride and release that may bode poorly for his control if he is not able to consistently throw from the same release point. His fastball sits in the low 90s and can currently hit as high as 94 miles per hour. With excellent arm side life thanks to his whippy arm, he's proficient with working east to west with the pitch, throwing it inside on right-handed batters as well as running it away from left-handed batters. Generally has been very fastball heavy over the course of his high school and showcase career, but complements his fastball with a low 80s slider and low 70s changeup. The slider is his go-to strikeouts pitch, while his changeup is still developing. The slider has sweepy break, while the changeup has a bit of arm side fade. As this publication says, he has a commitment to Chipola College. So I'm interested to see if the Mets have signed him yet. I would mention I'm going to read these reports. These reports I put out, there's no guarantee that they sign. And it's just, it's all on record that these players were drafted, and that's all this is for. So, but that's just an aside. And of course, thank you for watching this video. We'll have more stuff. We have 2 more draft profiles to go through, and that's 19 and 20 for the New York Mets. And I want to thank you for coming by. I'll see you later. This is the scouting report for the Mets' 19th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft. This is right-handed pitcher, 583rd overall. Right-handed pitcher Joe Scarborough from Jacksonville State University. Now, before in this video, I need you to hit the subscribe button, and of course, let me know what you think. A Mississippi native, I can't pronounce the place he's from. Sorry. A native, Joe Scarborough made himself a name among the Mississippi and around the scouting circuit with his ability to impact the game on both sides of the ball. Behind the plate, he stood out with a strong and accurate arm at the plate. The left-handed swing made plenty of long, loud contact and was abandoned in many a pitcher. On the mound, he showcased a high 80s fastball he could spot to all four quadrants of the zone and a solid slider that he could also command. Over the course of his 4 years at Resurrection Catholic High School, he had .339 over the course of his 107-game high school career, with 20 doubles, 9 triples, 7 homers, 21 stolen bases, while posting a 1.48 ERA over 85 and a third innings, with 54 hits allowed, 36 walks, and 118 strikeouts. Undrafted in the 2022 MLB draft, Scarborough attended East Mississippi Community College in Scooba, Mississippi. Head coach Brett Kimbray continued using Scarborough as a two-way player in 23 and 24. At the plate in 23, he hit .239, 67 at-bats. In 2024, he hit .245 and 155 at-bats. On the mound, he posted a 7.12 ERA in 30 and a third innings, and in the following year, he posted a 5.63 ERA in 16 innings over 10 games. Going undrafted in both his seasons at East Mississippi Community College, Scarborough transferred to Jacksonville State University for his junior year in 2025. Appearing in 19 games and eventually taking over as the team closer, Scarborough posted a 7.36 ERA in 18 and third innings for the Gamecocks, allowing 22 hits, walking 21, and striking out 14. 6'3", 200-pound right-handed throws from a low three-quarters arm slot with a long arm action to the back. His whipping arm sometimes throws across his body, negatively impacting his command and control. Right-handed fastball sits in the mid-90s with arm side life and has reportedly touched as high as 98 miles per hour this past season with Jacksonville State. The pitch regularly registers spin rates measuring between 2,400 and 2,500 RPM, and thanks to his relatively flat vertical approach angle, produces double-digit induced vertical break readings up in the zone. He complements it with a low to mid-80s slider that is an effective strikeout pitch both inside and outside of the zone. So this is the scouting report for the Mets' 19th round selection and 2025 MLB draft, Joe Scarborough. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you later. And this is the scouting report for the Mets' 20th round selection and also their final selection in the 2025 MLB draft, the 613th overall pick, right-handed pitcher Garrett Stratton. Now, this is, of course, from Amazing Avenue, and we thank them for all the hard work they did to put this together and write this. I haven't seen the players, so I go based on what others have seen. I do the best I can. I would mention that I do not have opinions on the players, so if anybody asks me about players that are in the Mets minor league system, if I've not seen them, I can't give you an opinion of what I think. But here we have, from Amazing Avenue, 2025 Mets draft profile Garrett Stratton with their 20th round selection in the 2025 MLB draft. The 613th overall pick, the Mets selected Garrett Stratton, a right-handed pitcher from Rice University. Houston native Garrett Stratton attended Straight Jesuit College Preparatory, a college prep school in the greater Sharpstown neighborhood of the city. The right-hander came into his own his junior and senior seasons, posted a 2.29 ERA in his junior year and a 1.87 ERA in his senior season. After graduating, Stratton honored his commitment to Rice University. His college debut was delayed. He missed the majority of the season, pitching his first game in April, more than halfway through the 23 season. He appeared in 10 total games, starting 5, and posted a 7.62 ERA in 13 innings. Allowed 6 hits, walking 17, striking out 5. His 2024 season very similar in terms of results, though. This time he was able to pitch for the entire year. Appearing in 22 games, the right-hander posted a 5.73 ERA in 22 innings, allowed 17 hits, walking 21, striking out 24. That summer he played for the Santa Barbara Foresters of the California Collegiate League where he was a teammate of fellow 2025 Mets draftee Frank Camarillo. Appearing in 4 games, he allowed just a single earned run in 9 2/3 innings, giving up 4 hits, walking 5, and striking out 15. His success there was not because of a mechanical tweak or a new pitch. When Stratton returned to Rice for his junior season in 2025, he unfortunately was not able to carry over the success he had there. Appearing in 21 games for the Owls, he posted a 6.25 ERA in 41 innings. While he might not have been getting it done on the mound, he certainly got it done in the classroom. As he earned his business degree in 3 years, he entered the NCAA transfer portal following the end of the baseball season and before the 2025 MLB draft to continue his postgraduate studies and his baseball career at Notre Dame University. The 6'2", 108-pound right-hander throws from a 3/4 arm slot. His release point is extremely inconsistent, leads to poor control and command of his pitches. His fastball sits in the low to mid-90s, and he complements it with a cutter, a 12-6 curveball, and a changeup. And of course, this is the scouting report for Garrett Stratton, the Mets' 20th and final draft pick in the 2025 MLB draft. And of course, they had 19 out of 20. They did not have a number 2 pick this year because they signed the great Juan Soto to that massive contract last offseason. So hopefully you like this video. And of course, this video will be a compilation of the entire draft. Every player the Mets drafted this year will be one full video, as well as all these different parts, all these 19 out of 20 parts that the Mets had. So thank you for watching this video, and of course, please subscribe, and I'll see you later.